For 20 years, I owned a store. It was called Curtis Steiner, and before that, it was called Souvenir. I sold fine art, very interested in craft in the gallery, also jewelry, eccentric antiques. When you go to somebody's house and you see they have 100 things and there's one thing and you think, that is the most cool little object. What is that thing? It's mysterious, it's neat, it's beautiful. I love to have my store full of those things. I feel like the pandemic was a horrible thing, but it really was a gift in that it allowed me and actually almost forced me to change and to become an artist. About a year and a half ago, I decided that I was going to focus full-time on just painting. And so I very methodically spent each day for many hours working on a series of paintings, developing a series that I really felt had all of the aspects that were me and satisfied my need for precision and for being challenged, and then also something that I felt was a unique presentation of that. So I started doing all these very colorful watercolors and gouache paintings that are very precise, amorphic, gradated, beautiful color expressions. It's all about color and light and form and connection and how things are magnetic and they kind of want to pull together sometimes. When things are out of focus, you see in the background these beautiful forms and shapes in a photograph, and I love that. And that's the sort of thing I like to fixate on. When I realized I had a show, I started looking at frames and considering how I wanted to present them. And then one day I was looking at my work, and I had used some antique velvet that I had had hordes of that I bought years ago from a dealer. I saw it next to my paintings, and I was like, that is such a perfect marriage. I mean, absolutely the nap and the velvetiness marries beautifully with the surface of particularly the gouache, or when the watercolor gets really dense and where it's not broken and just a perfect little surface. And I really felt like it became this window, like part and parcel of the piece. The frame started to become like a portal into the painting. It took about 2 months to get all the framing done and the mats done. I'm not sure there's anything I don't like about being a full-time artist. I love it. I have a beautiful life. I have a beautiful garden that is right outside my studio door. The garden has all sorts of strange plants that most people don't have. And I'm very interested in leaves and foliage and form and sculptural things, and not so much driven by flowers, though I don't mind a flower or two. But I really want it to be this lush, protective world where you feel like you are in the womb of the forest. The whole world just disappears. It's only your world that you created. I've always been somebody that's very at ease at being alone, in silence, meditating, looking at things. And for 20 years, I didn't get that opportunity as much as I get now. Right now, I'm doing these relatively small watercolors, but if somebody had a space that I was able to work with, so a site-specific space that was large and I could create something, I'd have a reason to do it if I was hired by somebody who became a collector. And so that's something that's really exciting to me, and what might lead from this experience to the next experience and the creative opportunities that it might give me.
Catch Art Zone Friday nights at 8 and anytime online at seattle.gov/artzone.